Let's have another example. Let's now multiply 12 by 5. Let me first show you the area method, and then we are going to do the grid method beside it. So we have the area method over here, and then we have the grid method over here. Put an underline. There we go. So solving 12 times 5 using the area method, first what we have to do is we're going to draw a rectangle, and that rectangle has to have a length of 12 squares and the height of 5 squares. Then we are going to draw the squares. Okay, so we're just going to draw several lines across our rectangle so that we can form the squares inside our rectangle. There we go. So here we have a rectangle which is 12 squares long and 5 squares high. Next, we count the number of squares inside this rectangle to get the answer for 12 times 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So there are a total of 60 squares inside this big rectangle. And using the area method, we now know that 12 times 5 is equal to 60. Again, notice how long it took us to find the answer. We had to draw up a rectangle with a lot of squares in it, and then we had to count all the squares inside the rectangle before we could come up with the answer. Now let's do the grid method beside it. To use the grid method, we first have to decompose the numbers into its place and place value. So let's draw a rectangle again, very similar to what we did here in the area method. Now this rectangle has a length of 12 squares and a height of 5 squares. Now as you know, we can decompose 12 into 10 plus 2, right? So let's go ahead and change 12 into its decomposed form. That's 10 plus 2. Next, we draw up regions based on the places of the numbers that we are multiplying. Notice that we have formed two different rectangles here. One rectangle has a length of 10 and a height of 5, and another has a length of 2 and a height of 5. And again, if we want to know the area of a rectangle, we just have to multiply the length of the sides. So to get the number of squares inside this rectangle, we just have to multiply 10 and 5, which is easy to do. And we know that that is 50. Next, we multiply the sides of the length of this other rectangle, which is 2 times 5, which we know is 10. And what we do next is we just add the area or the number of squares for each region. So that's 50 plus 10, which gives us 60 and is the same as what we got with the area method. Now, if you manually count the squares in the rectangle that we did in the area method, we can have the same regions here. Okay, so this would have a length of 2 squares, and this area would have a length of 10 squares. And if you count the squares in this region, you're going to find out that it has 50 squares. And if you count all the squares in this region, you're going to find out that there are 10 squares in this region. Exactly just like the result that we got using the grid method. Again, see that there is no need for us to draw up a lot of squares and then count each square one by one, because we can accurately find out the area of each region by just simply multiplying the length of the different rectangles formed during decomposition of the numbers that we are multiplying.